Hello, my sweet friends. Thank you for joining me this morning for a simple and relaxing morning routine. This morning routine has been gently healing my nervous system for about 4 years now. It's slow, intentional, and built around simple rituals that help me feel grounded in my body, present with myself, and at peace with the day ahead. I usually wake up around 6 a.m., and the days that I rise with the sun are usually the most productive. I will crawl straight from my bed to my yoga mat, and yoga is really not as much about aesthetics for me, but more a morning practice to show up imperfectly, drop into my body, and start moving around the energy for the day. Moving gently reminds me that I'm safe and that I don't need to hold on to everything so tightly. It is not necessarily easy to show up every day and face all aspects of yourself, but having daily practice allows for more clarity and balance, sitting intimately with it all. I then will make green tea usually before sitting down to work. This is a bit of a meditation in itself. Green tea is healing as well. It is full of antioxidants and L-theanine to help me feel calm but also alert, not jittery, just awake. It's become one of my favorite ways to greet the morning, and I always need something warm. I have so much energy in the morning, so I will usually take advantage of that, do some planning for the day, editing, and then hopping into my work from home flow pretty soon after. I have so much that I want to accomplish, and when I wake up, I want to complete a million different tasks. So the goal here is not to get overwhelmed and give myself that affirmation that I have more than enough time. It has been such a blessing getting to work from home and be in the yard most mornings. A lot of the time the neighborhood is still really quiet, so this time in the morning is always like a little portal. There are always days where I skip steps or feel resistance or forget what I'm doing halfway through, but even then, just showing up for myself in small ways is enough. That's something I really try to remind myself. It's okay to do things gently. You don't have to bulldoze your way into healing or productivity. After I've done a little work, I make breakfast for myself. Usually something simple like fruit, oatmeal, maybe eggs or rice, depending on what I'm craving. There's something healing about the act of cooking for yourself or even having others cook meals for you. Nourishing meals has become a love language. Being dairy-free and having a dairy allergy, food hasn't always been the most friendly experience. So taking the time to nourish myself with foods that are safe and filling provides me with so much excitement for the foods that I can have. When I've had enough screen time and my brain starts to feel foggy, I usually take myself to the beach or just get outside. Even if it's for just 20 minutes, it resets me and instantly makes me feel more connected to myself and how I want to be showing up in the world. Something about the sound of the waves, the endless blue of the ocean, and my feet in the sand pull me directly out of my head and back into my senses. The connection with nature, especially here, but really anywhere, has been one of the biggest pieces of my nervous system healing. It reminds me that I'm a part of something bigger and I don't need to carry everything alone. Once I get back from the beach, I will take a quick shower and do my skincare. That is when it really feels like I'm officially getting ready for the day. And I will take this time to do some affirmations, reminding myself I am loved, therefore I am safe. I am so blessed. May I be a blessing. And again, it's not easy to show up every day and face all aspects of yourself. But each day we can take steps to prioritize feeling more at home in our body and our mind.
I'm always doing that to just like take deep breaths and regulate my nervous system. But I did my skincare and I always feel so ready for the day once I put on my sunscreen and just kind of brush through my hair. I honestly have the weirdest hair texture. It's just like a little curly but straight on top, so it's so funky. Anyone who knows me knows that I have had quite the hair care journey. I used to have like long silver, bleached silver hair, and back when I was in New York City, and then when I moved here it was still silver. And because the silver was pretty grown out at that point, I was thinking that maybe I would dye it blue, and the job that I had was like, yeah, you could definitely dye it blue. This was right before the pandemic, so I dyed my hair like a light blue, almost purple. I thought it was super cute, but my manager was just like, oh, it's too bright. It wasn't what we had in mind when we approved a colored hair look. So I was like, okay, no problem, I'll just get rid of it. So I color oopsed my hair and just like put really intensive bleach on already pre-colored hair that was also pre-silver before, so just really fragile. And I lost like all of it. I lost so much of my hair just due to bleaching it, and then I was heartbroken. I just had a complete identity crisis. I cut it short to kind of match the pieces that had burnt off, and I dyed it black because I had to kind of cover the color that was there. It wasn't completely gone after color oopsing, but my hair was completely damaged. Now all of that is kind of behind me and my hair is fully grown back from that stage. But yeah, I went from having long silver hair to having blue hair to having a black short bob that was super uneven, and yeah, now it's just pretty much grown back to what my natural color would be, with again still a little bit of bleach in the ends. But I really made it through that, and I was having the most crazy identity crisis during that time because I just didn't feel like myself. And with losing so much of your hair, when you see just like the hair coming out, you're like, wait a second, I have made a mistake. And I really noticed the biggest difference in my hair growth when I started prioritizing a well-balanced diet and just eating whole foods, taking my vitamins, and really that the diet with some patience and ever so often oiling my hair really made such the difference. And I'm so thankful that I had that time, because it really just made me think, you know, my appearance is one of the least interesting things about me, and there is so much more that I have to offer than just, you know, a cutie hairstyle or serving a look, because I just did not feel cute. And I just want to put some makeup on, kind of feel a little bit more embodied for the day. I have a love-hate relationship with foundation, so we're just gonna skip it, and we are just going to do a little bit of concealer. I'm using this one from Kosas just to hide my huge bags under my eyes that are genetic, but also because of my chronic health issues. I just feel like that's something that I will never outgrow. I feel like such a healthy, well-balanced person these days. I really just use blush. I put it on my cheeks, on the tip of my nose, and kind of like as a contour as well. And it's really an all-purpose. I use this shade Petal from Westman Altia. I literally love that one. Then just blend it. I am 26 years old, and I finally, I mean, that is so young, but I finally feel like I can start to see it. I can see my face aging and just starting to look even more like my mom, which is just so sweet. I literally love to look like my family and to just carry aging gracefully. But there is so many anti-aging stuff out there that, especially just even filming myself, I am starting to see so many more lines and imperfections that, you know, we're growing, and there are signs of that, and that is beautiful. But also there is a heaviness to that. Really just lip liner and blush is the motto. And then sometimes I will go in with like a lip stain if I'm really going to be leaving the house for an extended period of time. I would love to get, I think it's called like a lip blush, where you tattoo your lips a pink color. That would be so cool. We are really just going to be chilling here for the rest of the day, kind of studying, doing some work from home, and then honestly, I have to make some life admin calls. I have to make some doctor's appointments, which we are just gonna do it. Why is that sometimes so hard to just do the easy tasks? We are gonna do it with, you know, presence and hopefully ease, and just one day at a time, because I really just need to give myself that again, even with the small tasks. But then hopefully we will go to catch the sunset. And honestly, just living on island, it's like sunset is the main event. It's like, what are we going to be doing for sunset? So many of my early memories here are just spending sunsets with my friends, just in the group house that we were in, because I used to live in a really big house with a bunch of people, but it was just my very best friends. So it was one of the best times of my life, and just being able to spend that time all together. I feel like sunsets as the main event was a main theme, and even though we did not know it, those were like one of those things where it's like, I wish that we knew it was the good times while we were still in it. But anyway, thanks for listening to my loops of thought, and just so blessed to be spending the morning with you. The very last part of my morning routine is just studying and just kind of getting into that practice. I have been taking Japanese class once a week, but of course once a week is not enough, so every single morning I try to do that just after work, after getting active, and then before just hopping into the rest of the emails for the day. So anyway, I'm gonna be doing that and packing here because I leave for Kauai tomorrow, so I'm literally so excited. So it's just going to be a very grand time, and thank you so much for spending the morning with me. I'm just going to kind of get on with the day here, and I hope to see you in a video soon. Thank you so much for watching.